tomb of the Etruscan king Lars Porsena is a legendary ancient building in what is now central Italy. Allegedly built around 500 BCE at the Colosseum, and was described as follows by the Roman writer Marcus Varro, 116 to 27 BCE. Quote, Porsena was buried below the city of Colosseum, in the place where he had built a square monument dressed of stones. Each side was 300 feet in length and 50 in height, and beneath the base there was an inextricable labyrinth into which, if anybody entered without a clue of thread, he could never discover his way out. Above this square building there stand 5 pyramids, one at each corner, one in the centre, 75 feet broad at the base and 150 feet high. These pyramids so taper into shape that upon the top of them all, together there is a supported brazen globe, and upon that again a petasus from which bells are suspended by chains. These make a tingling sound when blown about by the wind, as was done in bygone times by Dodona. Upon this globe there are 4 more pyramids, each 100 feet in height, and above them is a platform on which there are 5 more pyramids. So Dodona, I hear you all screaming. Where are we? We're in Greece, of course, back to the 2nd millennium BCE, if you want to go with mainstream view. Herodotus territory, so if you've read the histories, you'll understand a little bit more about this, but obviously the technology that we're looking at today goes back into the most ancient of Greek times, which is absolutely fascinating. Spoken of by the Romans, who again you all know would quite happily take credit themselves for any sort of technology, but happily written about as a Greek invention, shall we say. But what were they trying to invent, ladies and gentlemen of the ancient alternative view? What was this technology that we're looking at today? The practice of the fulgurator included not only the explanation and expiation of lightning and attempts to avert it, but also the ability to elicit thunderbolts by prayer and sacrifices so as to cause the elimination of enemies. Pliny 2.531.40 tells how a monster named Alter devastated the territory of Volsciani and was annihilated by a thunderbolt elicited by King Porsena. Such ancient usage will still known in Etruria as late AD 408. A passage by the 5th century AD, Greek historian Zoismus 5.41.1 describes how some Etruscans in Rome approached the prefect Pompeianus and offered to drive away with thunderstorm and lightning the besieging army of the Visigoth Olorich by means of prayer and ceremonies in the manner of their fathers. Their offer, however, was dismissed, for the Etruscans insisted that they had to perform the customary rites publicly in the Forum and on Capitol. Since most people were Christians, no one dared to take part in such ancestral worship. Wow. Lightning catchers. They were manipulating lightning, ladies and gentlemen. So, does this mean conclusively that we had ancient technology? Is this a link to the technologies that we've been sorely looking for over the past years, and it's right in front of our eyes here, ladies and gentlemen of the ancient alternative view? And just so there can't be any confusion, in Latin, figurator means an interpreter of thunderbolts. So I think we're onto something here, and we're conclusively proving that there was ancient technologies, ladies and gentlemen of the ancient alternative view. For those of you that want more information on this, there have been books written on the profession, They're in Italian, so I hope you're all brushed up on that, but have a look through. I'm sure you'll be able to get it translated through your Kindle and your applications, but we've now got proof that our ancients back to Greek times were harnessing lightning and possibly using it as weapons as well. What else were they capable of if they were capable of that? So yeah, there I'm pointing you towards the link now on Amazon for the book here by Benassi, which I suggest if you can make the effort to look at it. It's fantastic. So thank you very much indeed, Dave Hannaran, for giving me that link. One thing that I'd like to point out, and it will all become clear, is that Stonehenge was standing at this time is no longer an uncertainty thanks to Sir Norman Locklear's observations and calculations taken from the precincts of the solar circle, thus pointing at star alignment, to have been erected circa 1680, some 5 centuries before the fall of Troy in 1885 BC and the subsequent dispersion of the Trojans. So the 7 old kings and the 7 new kings. Could the burials be where we're looking at today, ladies and gentlemen, for the 7 kings? Now, why am I showing that? Well, Stonehenge has an obvious hallmark, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen, of the ancient alternative view. So dare we make the connection between Nikola Tesla and the tomb of Porsena today, ladies and gentlemen of the ancient alternative view? Are we the ones to make the connection back as far as Greek times to where the great man harnessed the powers of the earth? Was it connected? I'd love to hear your thoughts, ancient alternative view. Thank you very much indeed for watching.